All right, we're back in Conquest of Azeroth. Conquest of Azeroth. And I had, what's funny is, I've been streaming for a long time, and I don't have a very big audience. But whenever I touch upon something that piques people's interest, I guess a lot of people to try to watch it. Actually, I start getting weird comments, and it always makes me wonder how someone like Asmongold can deal with the amount of people that watch his streams, because he must get some really weird comments. I wonder if he probably doesn't even answer any of the comments that get posted on his videos. The one person, and it was probably like a 10-year-old boy or a 12-year-old boy, and I certainly hope it wasn't like a mature adult, said, "I like your content, but could you please, if you're a boy," and he said boy, he didn't say man, "if you're a boy, play a male character." And I thought that was really funny. And the one thing that you should understand, if you are a man or a woman, you should be completely comfortable with playing a female or a male character in a video game, because it is just a video game. I'm not Asmongold. I don't run around with some stupid, beefy-looking guy saying I'm gonna do big dick damage with my two-hand mace or axe or whatever. I'm not as juvenile as he is. Thank the gods, right? I play women characters because honestly, I would rather look at a female as I'm playing a game than look at an ugly male. That's just me. I like looking at females because I think the idea of a tough, feminine, female woman kicking ass is cool. That's just me. If I wanted to play a male character and kick ass, I would find that boring because that's kind of been done, When I was growing up, I wrote blah, 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 I can't talk. When I was growing up, I read comic books all the time. I was big into comic books. In fact, I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. Used to play Dungeons & Dragons a lot when I was a kid. And I watched, I read Conan of Samaria, and of course Conan was this big, muscular, muscle-bound guy who was basically kind of a jackass, really, the way they portray him in the comic books. But, yeah, and I think I probably thought, oh, man, I can be this really cool sword and sorcery person. And when I played Dungeons & Dragons, I usually played male characters, right? But when I got into finally got into MMOs, I liked the idea of being able to, to play a female or a male. So, to all those people out there that have a hard time watching a guy play a female character, grow up. I mean, seriously, freaking grow up. Anyways, we're gonna play the Guardian. I actually like the Guardian. Let's see where she goes. Let's see if she's already really tanky, but I'm really curious to see how tanky she can get. She's got this really bizarre running ability. And she also has this horrible shield that just permanently rests over her head. And I'm going to give some feedback. Let's go ahead and open up the our Visual Studio Code here. We're going to say Guardian. Feedback. And the number one feedback we have to give is, please, for the love of God. All right? If I can type. Remove the permanent, awful, large shield over my head when I'm buffed with, what's it called? It is called Titanic Oath. Apparently this is something that was done just for Asmongold. Look at my big dick shield. Well, I'm not a douchebag like Asmongold, so we don't need some stupid shield hanging over my head the entire time I'm playing a character. So let's also switch this back to full text. So we can get ragged. Actually, no. What can we do? Let's see. E? I'm just playing around with Visual Studio. Okay, yeah, but that's one thing for sure. I mean, having this stupid shield suit over your head the entire time you're playing the class seems really stupid, so. Let's see if we can run up this hill. And we can. Alright, cool. Alright, let's also see. Do I have a mount? I don't have a mount. I don't have enough gold yet for a mount. I am level 11. Alright, cool. What level are these boys? Level 5. Let's head over towards the Eastvale Long Camp, see if we can level up a couple levels here. Stick it in the afterburners. Actually, I have a quest for here, don't I? Oh, the bandanas. Yeah, let's kill some bandits while we're at it. Why not? Shield slap just takes him out. Ooh, how many of these are we? We can take these guys out, right? What do you think? There's 3 of them. They're level 9. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. So we just took out 4 guys that are level 9, 2 levels beneath me, and I barely lost any health. It is a backpack on my back. Look at this thing. This is actually a transmog item that you can buy from the store. I actually bought it because I've got a camel mount, and I wanted to get a gnome. And I thought a gnome character with a backpack on riding my camel, because my camel actually has all these backpack saddlebags and stuff with, like, you know, you're about to it is a backpack, because my camel's got these bags, these travel bags and stuff, and saddlebags with, like, shovels and stuff, and I was like, it'd be really cool to have a little gnome riding that camel with a backpack. So I got this little backpack. We can get rid of it just by right-clicking the stylish backpack, and it's gone. It does look a little bit weird on this character. Oh. Boom! Oh, thunderclap! We've got a sprint that kind of turns into a thunderclap, so that's what that is. Yeah, I do have an interrupt. Boom! Shield bash, but there's no impactfulness to the shield bash. I mean, we don't hear anything, so that's another thing we probably would want to get them to address, maybe. Like when I do the shield bash, listen. Well, I got kicked. Now listen again. Yeah, I did it, and it did 93 damage, but you don't really hear anything. You don't hear the sound of my shield actually colliding, so... Okay. Alright. Oh, there you heard it. Actually, there. Well, it scales. The backpack scales to the size of your character, so... Message for you, sir. Yeah, and I apologize for this. I apologize for this big shield over my head, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's this buff, Titanic Oath, and it's just too good. I can't turn it off because it's just too good. It increases my armor by 30%. It also increases my block by 20%, so... Yeah, I just can't turn that off. It's too bloody good. You want a piece of me? Peace you shall have. Oh, okay. Alright, I see how you are. Oh, you want some? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, we'll turn it off. We're gonna turn this off just because it's really annoying, and so I'm going to forgo the 20% improved block and the 30% additional armor for the sake of the stream, so you guys can actually see, not be hindered by this horrible shield sitting over my head. Cigarettes are bad for you, Sarah Lore, but smoke it up. Parkour! Parkour! Oh, fail parkour. Fail parkour. Oh, you're gonna... Oh! They're actually gonna charge me money. You can forget it. Get that. Yeah, I think, hey, Monarch, I think the Guardian feels really... Like, I've played about 5 different characters now in this alpha, and the Guardian definitely hits very hard. I was just playing a warrior. Yeah, I didn't like the Reaper's design right off the bat, but I didn't play it long enough. And if you probably didn't see my last stream, Monarch, but I was saying that a lot of times my initial impression of a class can be negative, but then if I step away from that class, then come back and play it again, a lot of times I like it better the second time. So you have to kind of, for me anyway, I have to kind of get like 2 or 3 looks at a class to really feel, and I also have to level it up to like level 30 to really feel like if I'm going to like it or not. You can't give a final opinion of these classes until you've gotten at least pretty high level with them, you know. Yeah, I can do the Reaper if you want. That's the problem, is every time I get on here, I start leveling. You know, I'll put a stream up and I'll say, "Hey, Guardian leveling," and then someone jumps on and says, "Hey, can you show me this or show me that?" And I'm like, I can, but I don't really want to do it right now in this stream because I already titled the stream as a Guardian stream. But I don't like that, Monarch. In fact, I feel like that's a really... I don't like 30 keybinds either, so I agree with you there. And one of the ways you can get around not having multiple keybinds, like a ton of keybinds, is do it like how Terra does it. And actually, I'll tell you, Terra is my favorite combat system. Actually, do we have it? Hold on a second. Well, I want to show you guys something here real quick. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Hold on a second. Easy launcher? Crap. I'm trying to find it. Didn't I put a shortcut to it? I had to put a shortcut to it. You would think. I'm sure I pinned it. Yeah, I did. Anyways. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about combat in an MMO, right? Yeah, I mean, we could talk about any combat system, any MMO combat system pretty much you want, right? I have way too many windows open. Well, I don't like... Okay, what I don't like... I mean, a lot of the problem is we don't know. I mean, there's no tooltips that really kind of really work. explaining what was going on. Like the tooltips on the Reaper, at least, you know, we can't complain that's alpha, so I'm not really going to talk about that too much. But the feeling of the Reaper's ability morphing, I didn't think it was that good. But if we go... I just wanted to show you, like, my favorite way to do combat where you basically aren't having to use a lot of keybinds is really how Terra does combat. And this is a Terra private server. Okay, so in Terra, like, you have different abilities, and some of them chain off of other ones, right? Like, here, what's a good example? Like the A skill, if I hit it once, right, and then I just hit A again. But you can see it even in the tooltip, just the right of my character's head. If I hit A, Rising Fury was the skill. It gives me a visual cue. It says you can either hit spacebar, right? Although I don't use spacebar, but I mean basically you can hit the same key again to execute the second part. So that's one way to do it. You know, you can do A and then just hit A again, right? But anyways, and the game usually will give you like a visual cue a lot of times, and you can turn that on or off. Black Desert also does this. If you play Black Desert, you can do different combos, and so like if you hit A, then you may be able to hit A again. And another game like that does it as well is like Vindictus, where you can do like A, shift, you know, like you can combo different abilities, but it tells you how to do it. So you're not really having to have a lot of keybinds, but there's different rotations, there's different combos. But it's different. It's different than the way that the Reaper works, because the Reaper was saying, what the Reaper was saying was, oh, I hit this skill like 3 times or something, and now I'm hitting the same skill, but the skill is now almost like a different skill. And I didn't really like that. You know, to me that was kind of odd. You know, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, like to preserve on, you know, on keybinds. You know, I can hit A and then I can move around and finish off the A or whatever, you know. You know. But yeah, Terra's my favorite combat system. But there's a lot of ways that you can do it. Let's go ahead and get out of here. But we can look at the Reaper, you know, we can look at the Reaper later. I mean, I just wanted to try to do a few, like I said, this is a private server for Terra, though. If you guys are ever looking for a private Terra server, there is the Community.0 server, which actually, they've got a couple other games too. They've got Perfect World, Trees of Savior, and Lineage 2, but Terra's, you know, not a lot of people play on that server, but the server runs really well. So, hey, what's up, Amos? I wanted to try to get to, it's so weird going from that to this, because on here I have to right-click to move the screen, which I just hate. You know, Terra's mouse look just like BDO, just like a lot of other games. You know, Elion, mouse look, Guild Wars 2 even, you can switch. I've got a keybind in Guild Wars 2 that'll let me go between like having to right-click to rotate the screen, or I can hit my keybind, which is Control middle mouse button, and it'll switch to mouse look, where I can just move the mouse and the screen will turn. So, hey, what's up, Aluk? Guardian is really strong, in my opinion. You know, I've played about 5 of the classes. I find the Guardian to be very, very strong. They hit very, very hard. They have a high amount of defense. Like, if I throw up this buff, which this buff's annoying because it leaves the shield up, but this buff right here, look at this. It reduces damage taken by 8%, increases your block by 20%, and increases your armor value by 30%. Let's take a look at that. So let's get rid of this buff. You can see my armor is 1027. Oh, it still didn't change, so that's weird. So even though it says it increases my armor by 30%, I'm not really seeing it in my stats, so that's kind of strange. Yeah, so I don't know if that's really working correctly. But I dueled a Venom, what is it called? The Venomancer, Venospider, oh, what's it called? The character that can turn into a spider. I dueled her and just let her beat on me, and she could hardly do damage. Like, if I go up to this Murloc, right, and I just throw up this shield, I'm just auto-attacking. Here, let's try to get a few. Now, these guys are level 9, I'm level 12, so let's try to aggro, like, I don't know, let's get, like, 3 or 4. Now, you see that big explosion or on the ground, like that AoE explosion? What that is that means I've blocked an attack. So I'm just going to auto-attack here, if I can.
Lovely.
Alright, just auto-attack. I'll throw up my other shield block. I'm just auto-attacking.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
So I got 4 Murlocs that are like around level 9 and 10. And you can see that they really don't... They're not really doing that much damage. I mean, they're doing damage, but... You know, it's not like I'm really fearing them. So right off the bat, you can tell that the Guardian is fairly tanky. I don't know how well like one of the other classes would do in the same scenario.
Screwed.
And then, of course, if I want to destroy these guys, there's another block. That big explosion, whenever I block, I do a kind of an AoE. Yeah, this big shield thing here is lets you know that Titanic Oath is up, but it's absolutely horrible. I don't think any of us really want to see this, right? So it's really terrible. All right, so we need to get turn blah 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 torn Murloc fin. Sorry, I cannot talk today. Now, if I want to just destroy these guys really quickly, I can. And the thing is, this AoE frontal cone frontal attack that I am using right here. You can see it's a cone. It also heals me. This ability here, see that yellow swipe? That's also throwing up a like a heal. Let's see if we can see it again. At least it says it's supposed to. So if you look at the skill, it's called Arcing Strike. Inflicts 100% weapon damage, and it also Inspiration. Regain 8% of your max health over 10 seconds. So it can proc Inspiration, and if it procs Inspiration, you will get a heal. What's up, Mark? At 30, probably solo. Yeah, I could probably solo SM maybe. Yeah. Hey, so no, I haven't tried Darshire because I don't want to play regular World of Warcraft because I'm bored of it. I've played WoW since 2004, and I'm just kind of sick of it, to be honest. It's hard for me to even play this because it's still WoW. I mean, I loved WoW. I played it ever since 2004, but it's tough to, I'm just kind of bored of it because it's like been there, done that so many times for so many years. New World, I'll give you my take on New World because I played New World 2 or 3 different times. I played it first about, 4 years ago, and then I played it about 2 years later, and then I played it most recently in the last open beta that they have. Yeah, it's a class mechanic, Gabriel. It's a class mechanic, and I don't know exactly how it works, but I think your abilities can proc Inspiration. I mean, a lot of things in this alpha, there's different effects that happen, but they're not really explained in the tooltips. A lot of them aren't explained at all. And I was playing the Sun Cleric, whatever the Cleric's called. I think it's called the Sun Cleric. And she had a similar ability where she could do a cast and she might proc this effect. But there's nothing really in the tooltips that really told you about it. It just kind of was, kind of like this hidden ability. But it was cool, and I really liked it. Actually, in fact, I love the Cleric. The Cleric in this game is actually really good. So, but back to New World. The problem I have with New World, and this is the thing I have with New World. New World is, the premise of New World is you crash land on this island, and the island is full of these people that have been corrupted by this corruption, right? And you're on the island by yourself. You crash land. You probably have no way to get off. So everybody's fighting to take control of some areas of the island to survive. It's kind of like, we're here, we're trying to set up our base, we want to survive, right? And so there really isn't, and everybody's a human. So when you think of like MMOs, I like high fantasy MMOs. I like, like World of Warcraft, stuff where there's like dwarves and elves and humans and different races that all have a high degree of lore built in behind them, like you know, all the cities, like there might be dwarven cities, there might be elvish cities. There's a home, just like in this game, you know, you've got Ironforge, you know, which is kind of like the dwarf city, and you've got Stormwind. I like that kind of thing, and it really goes back to Lord of the Rings. You think about Lord of the Rings, and you think about Frodo, and they've got the Hobbiton, and you think about the people from Minas Tirith, and, you know, and you think about maybe, you know, it can go a lot further than that, but New World doesn't really have any of that. New World is, from a lore point of view, it's very, very, very rudimentary. It's very basic. There's not much there, right? There really isn't much there. It's like, okay, you crash landed on this island. You're all humans, and you're trying to survive. Now, the combat system in New World's pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good. The bow combat's fantastic. I love the bow combat in New World. The world itself, like the graphics are really good, especially the trees. The variety of trees in the game and the variety of flowers is excellent. Excellent. I love it. And I love chopping down trees in that game. And the crafting's really good. And the weapon progression is good, but it's not very deep. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it, right? I haven't watched McDougal's. I have not watched that, dude. And I have watched a couple of his videos because I was trying to learn more about tanking in Ascension, the regular Ascension, like free pick. And I found his channel, and he's got a lot of stuff on Ascension. So I just started playing Ascension again like a week or two ago, like 2 weeks ago. I played it once before about 2 years ago. If you search on my channel, you'll actually see a video of me on this channel of me playing Ascension like 2 years ago. And the game was a lot different then. It wasn't anywhere near as good as it is now. But back to New World. So New World doesn't really have that high fantasy built in. It doesn't have a lot of lore. It doesn't have a lot of real history to the world. It's very, very basic. And to me, that's really, really important. If that's not important to you, and all you care about is PvP and like maybe map control, then you probably would like New World. But if you like a game that has a lot more to it than PvP and map control, then I don't think New World's going to really keep you satisfied for very long. So I haven't noticed, you know what? I didn't notice the vines and stuff hanging off the ships or the cloth. I didn't notice that, Monarch. I'll keep an eye out for that. They could build the lore out, but they're still sitting there with one race, which is just humans. And to me, you're shooting yourself in the foot in an MMO if you only have one race. I think that's a big knock on any MMO. So, anyways, did I finish? I think I did, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab the mana gems. I'm gonna need the oxes. Oh, it even gives us swim speed. That's good. Our little sprint here also gives us swim speed increase. Yeah, I find the Guardian to be very strong. Very strong. I don't know how strong it's going to be against all the other classes. I think that the Cleric feels really strong. In fact, I'm really itching to get back on the Cleric. I know people want to see me play all the other classes, but you got to keep in mind the leveling on this server is 1x. I mean, this is traditional World of Warcraft vanilla 1x leveling, so it's not, it's not fast. I mean, if you look at /played, I've played 2 hours and 25 minutes and I'm level 12. That's actually not bad. Well, no, actually, that's pretty awful. Like, if I'm looking at Cargos and I'm going, and Cargos who's leveled in Classic WoW like 1,000 times, I mean, he knows the leveling path, and even him, it'll take it'll take you an hour to get to level 10 if you know exactly what you're doing, down to each step you're taking almost. So, yeah, Aragorn, Blue plays Aragorn, and he told me that it was feeling really, really overpowered because they have so much heals. It's very difficult to kill them because they can't be killed because they have too much healing. But he said that some of the stuff was bugged the last time he played the class. He doesn't know if they were trying to change it or patch it. But he said it was not, there was some stuff wasn't working quite right. This class has this really annoying shield here that sits over my head, which is kind of annoying. I'm actually going to turn it off just for the stream purposes. I have to right-click it off, actually, just so you guys don't have to look at it. But that supposedly gives me 30% more armor and, reduces damage by 8% and gives me 20% more block. So turning that off is turning off a huge buff, but that's okay. I don't know where the mobs are over here, but... Okay, looks like somebody came through and killed them all. There were some corpses there that just vanished. So let's take a little rest while we wait for them to respawn. We'll see if they have the rest in here. They've got an ability called Rest, which they have in regular Ascension, and here it is. It actually works. It reminds me of playing Lineage 2 back in the day, where you just, you know, you burn up all your mana and stuff, and you actually just sit down, and it helps your regen. They can't confirm rolls, yeah. Well, I don't see this as trying to be a WoW killer at all. I mean, WoW killed itself already. WoW's dead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it right now. I mean, if you guys believe that, WoW, it doesn't even have the highest population anymore. I'm sure Final Fantasy right now, if you don't count Classic and Burning Crusade Classic in with retail WoW, just straight up retail WoW is getting trounced by Final Fantasy. I mean, it's not even close. But I don't play retail WoW because I think retail WoW is a terrible game. Yeah, you can't call this a WoW killer because it's killing itself. This is World of Warcraft. The game this game I'm playing, it is World of Warcraft. It's just they've modified it. That's like saying that Skyrim Special Edition killed Skyrim. You know what I mean? It's still pretty much the same game. They've just modified it. So even if everybody came and played this game, I wouldn't call it a WoW killer because it's still World of Warcraft. It's just you modified it. Yeah. I guess I'm not a big fan of the WoW killer term. I mean, to me, New World and these other games, they're not trying to kill WoW. They're just trying to make a game that people like. You know, I think, you know. Shield Bash hits really hard. If we look at the damage here, you can take a look at. My Shield Bash is called Death Ram, which is a stupid name. I'm going to say that right now. But Death Ram shows up as... It doesn't show up correctly. Like, because you can see here it says there's only 5 and that they're doing 0 damage. That's not correct. I believe Death Ram is actually maybe the Waylayer. I don't know. Well, let's just take a look. We're going to reset this, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up this guy and I'm going to use Death Ram, and then I'm going to target myself. Okay, I used Death Ram, I targeted myself. Nothing showed up in the damage meter, but the damage meter hasn't been working that well here. If we go to the combat log and we say self, it says here death sentence. Hits the Outrunner for 79 physical. Okay, so that's another thing about this alpha is even though they call it Death Ram here, it showed up, and you can see that I think I did it again. Well, no, I did the Arcane Strike. You can see it showed up in the combat log as death sentence. So there's a lot of non-continuity in the alpha right now, like a lot. There's even stuff on the character creation screen that doesn't match, and I'll show you that here pretty shortly. So that little blue thing there, that 79 damage is what my Shield Bash did, Death Ram, whatever they want to call it, death sentence. So it actually hits really hard. Here it is again. It hit for 150. So this Death Ram, I almost one-shot that mob with Death Ram. And this mob's level 10, so he's only 2 levels beneath me. So yeah, I mean, these abilities are hitting, you know, really hard. You know? And then this is the Arcing Strike, right? And you can see, I don't know if you saw, but there were some heals that came in. Do I have my heals? Do I have my heals turned on? Don't know if I have access to it. Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it in here. I'm looking for that quest item. Do not see it. Yeah, whatever. It says, oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I like action combat if it's done. I mean, to me, and I've talked about this before, to me the perfect combat system in an MMO, God, I cannot talk today. I think I'm tired. The perfect combat system in an MMO to me is one that has about 20 to 30 unique abilities. That is action combat, right? It is action combat. It has, you know, mouse look, obviously. And the skills, you can do it a couple different ways. If you want to do it like Guild Wars 2, where different weapons switch different skills, I don't really have a problem with that. But all of the skills need to have a reason, and they need to be reactive. So you need to have skills that you're only using for certain situations. So there needs to be a lot of reactive type abilities saying, oh, this guy's going to swing a frontal attack at me and I want to dodge right. Or if my dodge is down, maybe I've got an ability that moves me backwards. Or maybe I've got an ability that lets me kind of swing one direction, but as I'm swinging, I can kind of move. You know what I mean? Like if this null here is going to do attack here and I wanted to avoid it, either I can dodge this way, or I can jump back, or maybe I've got an ability where I can swing, but the swing moves me forward like a forward lunge, and I could move this angle this way, do the lunge, and it would lunge me this way. Those are all reactive because I'm reacting to what's happening. I'm doing something based on what's coming at me, right? And I don't want rotations that are the same. I don't want a stupid rotation that says, you know, like in WoW, you typically have, like when you're here in a raid, people are typically doing the same rotation over and over again. I hate that. That's boring. I don't want to do that, you know? And that's what was really so good about Terra is that because of the way the bosses did their, you know, kind of like telegraphs or abilities, and they didn't do them all at the same time. And a boss could red eye, meaning when he red eye, he was going to execute a move that was going to do like way more damage than a normal move. It was like an enraged attack. But they could red eye once every 5 minutes, or he might red eye once and then red eye again immediately. He might do a huge sweeping strike and then decide to do it again. So because it was random, it made you have to change things. You couldn't just do a set rotation. You couldn't just go 2, 2, 3, 4, because you might have to go 2, dodge, 3, dodge, 4. You know what I mean? You had to do different things, or maybe you had to use your evasion abilities to get out of the way. And there's just, I want the skills to be reactive, and I don't want, if you dueled somebody, I don't want them ever to be the same. The duel should be different almost every time because people are doing stuff that forces you to use all of your skills in your toolkit. So. Well, I mean, you're going to have a rotation. You're going to have it in your mind. You're going to have an idea of what you want to do. But if the other player is good enough, they're going to prevent you from doing that. That's kind of the goal, right? I mean, you may say, well, I'm going to stun him, and if I get him stunned, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But he may have an ability that breaks stuns. Or you may do this, this, and this, and he may have a counter. He may even have a counter. In Terra, there's a counter. In Terra, you can stagger people. Like, someone may hit you, and you can counter it and then stagger them, you know, and kind of break. But stagger, like, will break their combo in a way. But anyways, back to the Guardian here. You can see he's pretty... Okay, I don't know if I want to take on all these guys. Let's put on our big-ass buff here and see what's going to happen here. Yeah, no problem. It's just like, hello, see ya. Right. And I wasn't even using my skills there optimally. I missed one of my shield blocks, so one of my opportunities to pop off a raised shield here, which would have reduced some of the incoming damage by 95% for 2 seconds. So you can round the mobs up with the Guardian really well. So the Guardian's going to be a really good class for AoE grinding because you can round them up, and obviously with that sweeping frontal attack, it really knocks them down pretty fast. So very strong. Yeah, see, look, yeah, it's seriously, it's crazy. I don't know why is my inventory's not full, is it? No. Am I done with that quest? I must be. Yeah, we're done with that quest, so. Yeah, the Guardians, in my opinion, is pretty overpowered. Like, crazy strong. Cool. I haven't done any Reaper gameplay yet. I'm not really... I'll try to do it, but I wasn't really digging the way the Reaper was done. But like I said, I haven't gone far enough into the Reaper to get anywhere, so... I couldn't get past his first mechanic. And some guy on my streams, like, commented on my stream, he's like... Because I was bashing on the mechanic, saying, I don't like this mechanic. I don't want to go and hit somebody 3 times and have to hit him 3... Basically, what was happening is you'd go up to a person, right? You'd go up to this wizard, and you'd go A. And then the next time you hit A, it's a different ability. It's like your ability's morphing into a different ability. So if I hit the A key 9 times, the first 3 A's would do the first ability. The next 3 A's might do the next ability. Then the next 3 A's would do another ability. And I'm like, that's just kind of stupid in my mind. And he's like, well, it's like League of Legends. If you ever played like some Viper or Vespa, or what was her name? It was... oh, what was her name? Some League of Legends character. I can't remember. He's like, it's like that. And I'm like, this is not a MOBA. In MOBAs, they don't want you to have to use a lot of keys because people play on, they play on consoles. I don't know. You don't have a lot of slots. It's not as easy to keybind stuff in a MOBA. So they do stuff like that in a MOBA, right? Which makes sense because it's a MOBA. This is an MMO, right? You got plenty of ways to keybind plenty of skills. There's no need to make one skill, one button, do like 3 different types of things. I don't really like that, So I had a hard time getting past that. But I'll try to play the Reaper and, obviously get past that mechanic and see, if the rest of the mechanics are good. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, man. As far as who was asking, have I tried the Cultist? Hey, Mature, I have tried the Cultist, and you know what? I'm just going to change the stream name. Let's just call this Conquest of Azeroth, because everybody asks about the different classes. And we'll just show you guys. We'll just show you guys the classes. But I have tried the Cultist, and I'll show you why I didn't like the Cultist. Okay. Oh, I haven't tried the Tinker at all, so. Yeah, well, I came from Unreal Tournament, so Unreal Tournament was my favorite game of all time, so Capture the Flag is my favorite game mode of all time. But I don't like stuff like Battlefield because I can't, I like to be able to have quick movement, But anyway, so let's go to, that's a whole other conversation for another time. We wanted to look at what the Cultist. So I don't like the Cultist. What I didn't like about the Cultist was the size of the UI, right? So you have this huge insanity bar, which is just ginormous. Okay, so you go up, and then you have this ginormous combo point generator. So think of this as you're a rogue, and you're generating combo points, right? But it's huge. And I kind of ripped on it, and I said, this is like a 12-year-old kid made this. I'm a software developer. I'm a software engineer. I write code for a living. And I've played games. I started playing video games when I was in high school, or maybe even before then. And I was in high school in 1985, so that was a long time ago. But anyways, I'm like, this is just terrible. And somebody ripped on me in the stream. He's like, oh, it's not that big. And I'm like, yeah, it is that big. Here. This guy says, I don't see how you think those are big, let alone so big, but it's going to be scalable when it's live. And I said, they are pretty big, just like your hair. Because he's got this poor guy who's got big hair. All right, so yeah, sorry. These are huge. These are not like little. These are fucking huge, okay? They look like shit. There's no bones about it, right? So if we can get past the terrible UI controls, which are just ridiculous, and they move around, watch. And I know it's an alpha. People are like, well, it's just an alpha. And I'm like, I understand it's an alpha. But you can't tell me that you couldn't have just made them smaller. What's up, Saron? And so basically you've got an ability here that Blade of N'Zoth that requires, so these are your void runes, right? And this is your insanity, and keep in mind when your insanity gets to 100%, I think you die or something, right? Like you literally die. You like go insane, which is kind of an interesting mechanic, right?
Lovely.
Yeah, climb over there. I'll climb over there and kill you. But as far as like damaging wise, I mean, she hits really hard. You can see that she hits hard. What am I? I'm level 3. I mean, this skill here, Eldritch Strike, which requires it takes 8 mana. It says deals damage +5 to an enemy target, but it hits very hard. If I go up, just swing that skill, you can see it does a lot of damage. Okay. But I don't. And I've got another ability here. What is this? This is a new ability that I just got apparently. So we have Bend Will. You bend the target humanoid demon or undead minds to the will of the old gods. For the next 30 minutes, the target will be under your command. Okay. So apparently we can mind control somebody. So let's do, I don't know. We'll just do, what do we want to use? We'll just do T, I guess, which is kind of almost like a taunt. No, that's not a good one. Let's just do shift space. So we're going to bend the will of this worker. Okay, now apparently he's under my control, but I really don't know. Oh, here we go. And so then we've got attack, we've got follow, and we've got stay. So let's say I select this vermin, I hit attack, right? And there he goes. So that's kind of cool. I mean, that's not bad, right? I'm sure the UI will be fixed, but it just really was annoying to me. So we have the attack here, and we've got void runes are consumed by powerful spells. So I think one thing that I like about the cultist, and again, like I said, I have initial reactions like the quick judgment reactions, which usually aren't my final judgment. Like I first played this, and these huge controls bugged the shit out of me. It's like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to play this. But I guarantee you, just after playing it this time for a few minutes, I'm already like, oh, this is cool. I mean, I love the mind control. I think that's really cool. We've got realigned self, so I'm not sure what this does. You begin to meditate, draining your insanity and regenerating 20%. So this will get rid of this insanity level, I'm assuming. It says 2%. Let's see if it says down to 0. It didn't. But it says regenerating 20% of your base mana over 10 seconds can only be used outside of combat. So that's a way to drop down our insanity, right? Let's see if we can raise our insanity back up really quickly, okay? Okay, I'm going to try to get my sanity up pretty high. Message for you, sir. Alright. The arrow just means that he, I think he had dodged my attack. Or I parried his, I can't remember which. Okay, this is me, outgoing player. That means I think he parried my attack. Anyways. And of course, we can use the... Okay, let's try it. No, we don't have enough. I need more insanity. We need more insanity. Now we're going to have to, create some macros for our pet to control our pet. We can probably use the built-in keybinds too for the pet.
Lovely.
Okay. It looks like this D attack... No, it doesn't. I'm trying to figure out... So it looks like the insanity just decays naturally over time. Kind of like rage. Because you can see it decaying, right? See the sanity's going down. It does feel like they fixed it at least, because before this bar was moving around, and now it doesn't seem to be moving. Before it was literally moving around on the screen. Doesn't seem to be doing that now. Okay, now this is the guy that I think I mind control. So after the mind control ended, it looks like now he's pissed off. Just like when you when you mind control somebody regularly in WoW. Alright. Now that you can see that's gonna drop. Should drop my insanity. There it goes. See, it dropped like fast. Now that I'll regen my mana as well, so. The mind control's sick and it lasted a long time. Let's go ahead and go to key bindings. Let me get out of here, out of the way. But I think the cultists, right away, my impressions of the cultists are this could be one of the more high... I think this is probably going to be one of the more high skilling classes. The mind control is really OP, but this is definitely, I think, going to be one of the higher skill caps. Because right away, the way the mechanics are working, I can see where you could do a lot with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and use intellect as our primary stat. Let's take a look at our spells and abilities. We've got... Oh, look, they use the sword icon from that spider boss in Naxxramas. So Eldritch Mending is a heal. We have Blade of Zion, which is my A key down here. We've got Eldritch Strike. And we've got Bend Will. So Bend Will is the one that is mind control. You know, this one here, which is Eldritch, just obviously it heals me. It's kind of a weird visual. I kind of like it. I think it looks cool. And they chose the armor. They changed it a little bit. You can see they changed this here a little bit. They just did some swirls here, and they did some swirls here to change this armor from what the armor drops out in Silith. You know, the Silithus mobs drop this armor, so they just went in and kind of doctored it a little bit to make it look a little different. We have Void Room, these are our combo points, and there's consumed by power spells. This spell, the Eldritch Strike, doesn't look like it uses any Void Runes. It generates a Void Rune. This one here has a chance to summon a tentacle of Enzoth, and it generates 5 sanity plus additional 10 if a tentacle is summoned. That's kind of cool. So it doesn't take any runes, though. So it's almost like I don't have any abilities that need runes yet. But eventually we're going to get some. Okay, so let's go back to key bindings, because I want to see the pet. Alright, here. So we got the pet bar. Where is it? Okay, let's try this. Alright, we're going to mind control. Oh, I already control a charmed creature. How is that? What? I still control a creature? Holy shit. Alright, well, let's see. I told my creature to attack this worker. And now he's attacking him. See the pet bar down here? I set up the keybinds inside the keybindings for Control A for attack and Control D for follow. So I just did Control D and you can see it switched. Now I'm going to hit Control A and it's going to go back to attack. So we set that up in the key bindings for the alternate bar. Right? I'll show you guys. I mean, most of you guys probably already know this, but in case you don't, the secondary action is your pet skills, right? So I went and set up Control A and Control D to do attack and defend. Well, it's really follow. Control D is follow. Let's change it. We could change it to Control F, just for F meaning follow, but that's okay. D's. Actually, you know what? We'll do Control. No, that's fine. We'll leave it Control D. So it looks like, for whatever reason, you can control this guy for frickin' ever. That's insane. Now, can I heal him? No, it doesn't look like I can. Wait. No, I can't. You can't heal your pet, though, it doesn't look like. No. This is a cultist. Yeah, the tentacles requires 2 runes. Does it? Does it require 2 runes? Oh, it does. You're right, I missed that. This ability requires 2 void runes. Okay, let's cast it then. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I didn't see that. Alright, so let's go ahead. I mean, so if we can get past the really awful, massive, large bars, which I'm sure we can certainly get past that, then we can do some stuff here. Let's go ahead and take this bar and bump it up here. And let's do player. What is that? Let's influence them. I don't know what this one is. Oops. I don't know what I did. Reset. Let's reset these. So there's this old God's influence, which is odd. We'll leave that there for now. And then let's do target. The target over here. then we'll just try to get this somewhere, I guess, in the middle. And then this god-awful monstrosity combo point thing we'll just put right here. Alright, what do we have? We need to do the bandanas and the wolf meat. Let's get the wolf meat and get these quests going. What is this? Oh, and now my buffs are over here. They're acting very strange. I'm having a hard time with these buffs, but oh well, we won't worry about it right now. Alright, now we gotta move these guys. Let's see. Reset, reset, reset. I think the scale's just been mucked up. That's part of the problem. Put it back to 1. Close enough to it. Ah! It's weird that they got these. These are kind of really in a really bizarre place. So we're just gonna move this. I don't know. Okay, well, let's do this. Just put them over here to the side like that. The tentacles I don't think last super long, but let's go ahead and find out. Let's go ahead and send our crazy pet to attack this wolf. I don't know where our pet is. So we have a controlled pet, but he's kind of off in La La Land, so let's dismiss him. We're going to dismiss that pet. Okay, we got a tentacle, so it's been up for what? I don't know. I don't know if it's based on insanity. Maybe it disappears when my insanity bar is depleted. Let's take a look. I'm going to guess that's what's going to happen. Well, he disappeared a little bit after my insanity depleted itself. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, let's synchronize our stuff. You guys are going to love the... We need some bags, guys. We need some bags. How about a 22 slot, 22 slot, 22 slot, 22 slot? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's equip our two-hand weapon. Okay, here's our books. These are the skills. The 3 different cultist trees we have to deal with are the God Blade, the Corruption, and the Influence. And so in the Influence tree right now, we have the Eldritch Mending, which is the heal, and we have the Realign Self, which is a really cool ability. I like the Realign Self. That's kind of a neat ability to kind of deplete, because when your sanity gets to 100%, bad things happen. I think you basically die. So, yeah, I think but the mind control is weird. Like let's mind control. Let's see if we can mind control. Probably can't mind control a wolf. Yeah, it's got to be a humanoid. Okay, so we mind controlled this guy. Now we're going to tell him to attack this wolf. And there he goes. We're going to tell him to attack this guy. Now, of course, we can change this, right? So if we go... We can make this a lot easier for ourselves, too. We can go new macro. And we're just going to call it Eldritch. And we're going to say... Thank you for the sub. We're going to show tooltip. we're just going to say Eldritch. What is it? Strike? Probably don't. We don't even need to put that in there, but I will anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to say slash pet attack. And then attack. And then start attack. And then use Eldritch Strike. Okay, so that should hopefully work. All right. So now I'm just going to stand near this wolf, and I'm going to hit D, and it should send my pet. And there he goes. All right. So it sends my pet, starts my attack, and then hopefully it uses, Eldritch Strike. So that works pretty well. And you're going to want to do that. You don't want to have to sit there and use these buttons over here like I was doing. I mean, I can do Control A, and he'll go in and attack, but that can be kind of annoying after a while. Now my pet will just automatically attack every time I use Eldritch Strike. And then if I want, I can tell him to stop attack, see? Just by hitting Control D. Right? So obviously if you have any kind of a class that uses pets, you're going to want to set up all your macros and so you can control them properly. Alright. Quest is done. And yeah, this thing really annoys me. This thing really annoys me, this one. Let's put it over here. We don't even really need to see this. I don't care about these. It's kind of not needed. Hearthstone's here. Let's just put this right above our hearth. All right, cool. Yeah, it plays good. I mean, the class plays really nice. They've fixed a lot of things since the alpha came out. The server, I don't see as much lag on the server as I saw the first day. I'm pinging it about 112 from Florida in the United States, but I'm also running through a VPN server. I'm running through exit lag to a France server. So let's change the get going on here. I guess I'm an herbalist too, because these herbs are coming up. Why that's there. Oh, yeah, sexy map is broken. I broke it, I think.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's freaking out. Let's go. Take out the workers, I guess. I'm just curious where the game was actually installed for this one. Sexy map. Let's try to fix this really quick. Star Wars The Ultimate Karma. That's cool. I like having an alignment system. Oh yeah, that's definitely another thing in Monarch. I think that most MMOs do benefit from having factions. You know. You have been authenticated. Okay, it looks like there's an update. There's updates constantly on the client. Like it updates all the time. I like the Cultist. I like the idea of the Cultist a lot. I think it's really cool. Once they've resized some of those UI controls, and maybe fix some of the casting animations, make them a little more polished. You know, I don't think we have too much feedback on the cultist other than me bashing the size. But let's go ahead and. There we go. There, that looks better. Notice I made the color of my text the same color as kind of the theme. You know, our cultist is kind of purple girl, right? Okay. Let's see if this moves again.
Lovely.
No, it didn't move that time. I gotta be careful. My mouse is too close to that area of the screen. I don't want it to accidentally hit that. Alright, workers. Let's kill some workers. What's poop? Look, my tentacle's still kicking ass over here. it's still over there beating the heck out of stuff. All right, we finished this quest already, so let's turn this in. Level 5. Drippy and Gussie, what? Oh, they want me to go all the way back to laborers. Shit. Oh well, I'll do that later. You think I'd know I've done these quests 10,000 times? I already control a character. What? Where is he? Oh, we have a problem. We definitely have a problem with the characters. Like, when we control them, we kind of lose them when we're moving around. They just kind of disappear, so... whatever. He looks stuck. No, she's hitting him. It's just the animation is like... This is for you, sir.
Lovely. Lovely.
This here is the one that I had controlled, so when I released him from mind control, he came after me to attack me, which is kind of good. That's a good thing.
Lovely. Lovely.
Hmm.
Lovely.
Why is he like walk? He's like stealthing almost over. I still though like. I mean, it's the gameplay is okay. I still really like the Sun Cleric. I think the Sun Cleric to me feels the most like the most polished class. I think to me anyway. It feels like the spells look good, the animations look good, the mechanics of the class. When I read through a lot of the spells that I haven't even gotten yet, they just sound like really cool spells. They sound like something I'd really, you know, like playing. Look at all these herbs over here. I'm not gonna level up herbing even though I want to. Even though I want to. Yeah, but the Venomancers I think is pretty cool. I like the Sun Cleric. The Cultist seems pretty cool. The Guardian's very cool. The Witch Hunter was cool, but the ranged part of the Witch Hunter didn't really work very well, I didn't think. Message for you, sir.
Lovely.
Feels like the tentacles hit pretty hard. I wonder if I can dual wield. Oh, crap. See if we can get ourselves another sword, just so we can test. I want to see if I can dual wield. See if I can cast a bend. Well, yeah, I can. They don't interrupt it. And they slow it down, but they don't stop the cast.
Lovely.
Someone give me a sword. I'll just go buy one. We'll just buy a sword. That's new. Somebody put that fireplace there. That wasn't not normally there. All right, so we need that'll work. I want to see if I can dual wield swords. No, we cannot. Ooh, +4 agility. Can't use two-handed axes. You can only. What was the other thing I was using? I thought it. Hold on a second. Didn't it let me use that? I guess not. Here, check this out. So. Oh yeah, they were gonna charge me money for the transmog, dude, weren't they? We'll see. No, it wouldn't. So they actually have it set up in the alpha to charge you money, even though on the regular Ascension servers it doesn't cost me any money. The transmog. So interesting. Ah. Yay. Creepy looking girl. How's this person at? Not sure where this quest person is. Oh, it's the monk dude. He might be over here? Can't remember. Unless it's the one up at the top. That must be it. I guess I didn't go up there yet. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, screw that. We're out of here. So this is the transmog set you get when you buy this. It's pretty ugly, to be honest. Although the shoulders look good. I think, yeah, the shoulders actually kind of look pretty cool with the outfit, I guess. Anyway, so this is the cultist. I mean, she's okay. She's not my favorite class. I find the mechanics, like the mind control, needs a lot of work. I mean, your controlled pet. You know, there's some bugs there with the combat animations and stuff like that. And I mean, your basic spells hit really hard. If you do summon a tentacle, which doesn't happen a lot, it does seem to hit pretty hard. But I can't see like a like in PvP anyway. I can't see a cultist going up against my guardian and having much luck. I think I'd trounce a cultist with my guardian. But I said it earlier today, and I'll say it again. They really screwed up with the alpha as far as like... It's like they didn't really... You know, they gave the 1x leveling, which I think is a bad idea for an alpha. Because there's 21 classes, and so for people to be able to try all the classes, they don't want to have to spend like... You know, like if I do slash played, and I've mucked around this character a lot, but you're talking an hour and 16 minutes and I'm level 7. Well, there's 21 classes, so... That's 21 hours to get 21 classes to like level 7. You know, it's just, although I'm not trying to do it fast because I'm talking in the stream and doing different things, but they should have done it more like 4x leveling speed in my opinion, so that people could level up their characters fairly quickly and just to try them out, you know, to try out their skills and whatnot. But the cultist is not. I mean, I would have to play this class a lot more, but my initial impressions of the Cultist is it's probably not going to be one of my favorite classes. I do think that if they get the taming of the pet, like the controlling of the pet, worked out to where it's a little bit, better. It takes the pet a while to move around, so if they maybe, I don't know, if they want to give you some abilities on how to move, or I don't know, but it feels like the pet's kind of underpowered. But the idea is really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break, so I gotta use the bathroom. When we come back, I'm thinking about maybe trying another completely different class, like something I haven't played yet, because there's 21 of them and I've only played about 5 of them. So let me take a quick break, guys, and then I will come back and we'll try a different class. Be right back. Alright, so what class do we want to try now? So we've tried Guardian, which is very strong. We've tried the Venomancer, which is interesting. I actually like the Venomancer. They have some interesting abilities. Tried the Cultist, which again, I think very interesting class, but I think we have some things we need to fix. Witch Hunter, definitely some things we need to fix. Very, very mobile class. But Reaper, I just couldn't get into the Reaper. I'll try it again at some point, but I was having a hard time getting into the Reaper. I created a Pyromancer, but I haven't played her yet. Sun Cleric, I absolutely love the Sun Cleric. I thought the Sun Cleric was really fun. In fact, it's probably my favorite class. Probably her and the Guardian are my 2 favorites so far. So what I was thinking about doing was maybe I don't know, maybe a Horde. And I was thinking, what's up, Amos? How's it going, man? I was thinking maybe doing the Barbarian. Or maybe the Primalist. Primalist is support damage, uses bestial melee attacks, and emphasis on rage-based healing, which is kind of strange. They use rage and mana. A lot of the classes in this game use rage and mana, which is unique. WoW never really did that, I don't believe. But and the other thing that's really interesting I want to tell you guys earlier was that if you look at the Knight of Zoroth, the text on this game is really bizarre. Like, here, see, it says Knight of Zoroth, right? The name of the race, the class is Knight of Zoroth. But as soon as you go down to the description, it says Flesh Wardens are warriors. So it's like they gave the title of the class a different name, and then they refer to it as something completely different. And if you go down to the text down the bottom, it says Flesh Wardens have a great deal of self-healing. So I don't know if this class was originally called a Flesh Warden, and then they, at the last minute, changed the name to Knight of Zoroth. I don't know. I thought that was a one-time thing. But if you look at the Primalist, it's doing the same thing. It says the class is Primalist, but in the yellow text, the first thing it says is Windwalkers. And then if you read further down, it says Earth Magic and Healing. The Windwalker is an immensely versatile combination. So it's like they had names. It's like, what's going on with that? Now, here it's consistent. Reaper, Venomancer, and here it says Disciples of Shadra, also known as Prophets or Spider Druids. So it seems to me like yeah, Flesh Warden. It just seems like, and I know that I was talking to somebody who said that, that most of this game was created by one person. One developer worked on this for like 3 years. Then I guess he left. Then the guys that were working on Ascension took over where he left off. So I don't know if they just like came in and said, well, let's just call him Venomancer, let's call him Primalist, but they never, you know, in their infinite wisdom decided to go and update the text of the descriptions. Maybe they just missed that. I'm a software developer, so I'm used to looking at everything. You know, we have to go through lots of testings and everything, so I definitely wouldn't have missed that, so not sure what was going on there, but whatever. Oh, is he on their team? Hey, what's up, Tater Lord? Well, I hope he's on their team because, you know, if he did a lot of the work, he's going to be the most equipped to modify his work. So, yeah, but I was looking. There's the Primalist, which says, and I guess wild walkers are at one with the elements animals of Azeroth. In combat, they accumulate rage using primal animalistic attacks by invoking bestial spirits. This rage can be used to perform powerful healing effects, providing powerful, short-lasting stacking buffs to allies, or unleash devastating elementals. So interesting. Not sure that's what I'll do next. The Knight of Zoroth I thought sounded really cool. They're tanking and melee damage. So it says they're imbued with demonic spirits, torn from the most fiery layers of hell. Void of any emotion but rage, these masters of demonic fire are not quick to make friends. So let's see. You know, look at this dude. Oh, you're doing I know you're doing the Resolute. Yeah, I was I was playing a warrior, or not a warrior. I'm sorry, a tank. I was leveling a tank, Tater, and I was trying to do a dungeon, and it's hard because people with the open class system are building these ridiculously powerful AoE characters, and so even though I can hold threat, they don't want to. They just want to pull and blow everything up and keep going, which is a little bit frustrating, to be honest. Anyways, we got the Tinker. Who was saying the Tinker sounded good? Was that Monarch? Somebody was talking about the Tinker in here somewhere. I have no idea about the Monk. I typically don't like Monk classes, so the Monk doesn't appeal to me at all. You know, it's like you're punching people. It just doesn't appeal to me. Well, okay, here's the thing, Tater. Is I'm setting up my tank to be able to do raids, like raid content. So, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Brandon? When you say the Monk rips, you're saying that they hit hard? Is that what you're saying? They rip hard? They like... Or are you saying they suck? I'm assuming you're... Oh, they're good, huh? Yeah, the thing, Tater, with the regular free pick Ascension server, I can build a tank that can AoE and just down everybody, but that's not going to be the same spec you're going to... you're going to want to be able to have two specs. You can do a spec like that for like heroics but when you go into like hard raids, you can't run that build. It won't be good enough. You'll get crushed. So I was setting up a character that was built to do raids, but it's not that fun to do 5-mans when you're set up to do raids. It just isn't that good. It's a different type of mentality. I don't really get into like unarmed combat in MMOs. I'm not really into punching people. You know what I mean? They're holy fighters that focus on discipline and unarmed combat. But Brandon here is saying it's cool. Shoot, reload, quick shot, and sticky bomb. Gotcha. You get turrets at like level 7 to 10. There's so many classes, dude. Demon Hunter looked okay. The Stormbringer, I thought Stormbringer was kind of interesting. I have no desire to play Chronomancer. I don't really want to play Ranger. I didn't really get along with Reaper too well. What's the Rune Master? Spirit Mages. Uses cloth armor, uses runes and arcane magics. Highly complex and unique caster. They are very unique and play different from traditional casters. Rune portals and ancient arcane magics are all aspects of the Spirit Mage toolkit. This class has access to a very wide array of control and utility effects. It's very complex and difficult to master. Spirit Mages are constantly protected by magical barrier. Ooh, you know what? If it's complex, that sounds like it's for me, man. You think that the Monk's one of the best melees? I just get bored with punching people with my fists unless they have some really cool animations. Hey Brandon, how are the animations though on the Monk? I mean, if the animations are really good, you know. Does nothing? Oh god. But he has cool summon daggers. Well, I don't... But you said they're okay, still leveling? Hmm. And the other one that I thought could be interesting would be the Barbarian. You know, which is just, you know, your simple class, right? It uses energy as a resource. They can dual weapons or wield larger two-handed weapons. Barbarians generate additional energy with each melee swing. Many abilities will apply stacking debuff called Carnage to foes, which can be consumed by other abilities for more devastating attacks. Yeah, I'm not into monks, man. I'm with Monarch. I don't like punching people in an MMO. Brandon, when you say they're not as good as other classes, you're talking about the? I'm guessing that you're talking about the where is it? I'm trying to find it. The Rune Master, right? That's what you're talking about? Had the buff that reduces his stamina by something that makes him take mana damage to the Oh, is it not available? It looks... Yeah, it looks like the Chronomancer's not available. I haven't seen it available. No, the monkey... Oh, you say the monkey animations are just so-so? They're like... Okay, I gotcha. You said they're okay? Okay. Yeah, to me, like, if I'm going to do a physical, like, punching type character, the animations have to look really good. Because I don't have a sword, you don't have that typical swing of, like, a weapon. The Stormbringer Monarch, I thought about the Stormbringer. I've seen quite a few Stormbringers. And, you know, the Stormbringers, their lightning bolts are kind of cool looking. Uses mana and static as a resource. They have 2.5 seconds stun and 5 seconds... Oh, that's pretty ridiculous. That's OP, Brandon. Currently grinding to buy the pass on Alara. Oh, okay, I gotcha. You saw a Starcaller one-shot somebody in a PvP video? Starcaller? What is a Starcaller? Tank damage? Valiant plate-wearing warriors that can use an array of different weapons types to Starcallers use mana, and many of their attacks are based on... Our abilities scale and power based on the size of the mana pool. So, okay, that makes sense why they'd get off a one-shot if they have a full mana pool. I guess that allows them to dump a lot of damage. On top of their martial abilities, Starcallers employ the use of advanced astral, lunar, and arcane magic, which gives them a lot of interesting utility and tank. Sounds like another really weird hybrid. The Chrono doesn't... The Chrono's like freaking Tracer in like Overwatch or something. I just... The idea of like... the Chronomancer doesn't sound like anything I'd want to play. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think that's a class I'd really want to play. But I will play it. I'm not saying... I mean, I will play it eventually. I think the Starcaller sounds kind of interesting. Stormbringer, I always thought the Stormbringer looked kind of fun. Barbarian, simplistic but interesting. The Knight of Zoroth also seems kind of interesting. They collect Deathfire orbs from foes to fuel their more powerful attacks. The Demon Hunter? See, you keep picking the ones I don't want to play, Monarch. Demon Hunter is what I don't like Demon Hunter in regular World of Warcraft. If they would have called it something else, I might have tried it. In regular WoW, I can't stand the Demon Hunter. Yeah, for the teleport skill on the Chronomancer, that would be great for PvP. Like, if you have a healer in a group and you're trying to take over a base, you just basically teleport the healer out of there so they can't heal. I mean, yeah, it'd be a great ability, right? And I agree, that's the skill they had that I thought was interesting. The rest of their skills didn't really interest me that much. Knight has a lot of good AoE. He had a flame mechanic where you cut people's corpses into gore piles. Yeah, well, I won't play a Demon Hunter, right? The ones I'm leaning towards are the Knight, the Starcaller, maybe the Stormbringer. The Stormbringer's gonna have a caster. Caster's gonna be kind of boring, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Knight or the Starcaller. It's gonna be the next one I try. Let's see. They're both interesting. Let's try the Star. I think we should try the Starcaller. You know, you say the Knight. Flame. All right, well, we'll try the knight. Let's try the knight. Like we're relegated to the horde only. We have to be an orc or an undead. So there was some. I told you at the beginning of this, the Star Call is the resident sleeper, huh? So I told you at the beginning of the stream, someone had put a, and it sounded like a little kid, but he put a comment on my stream saying, if you're going to, he said, if you're a boy, you should create boy characters or something like that. And I'm just like, I have no sexual issues, man. If I can play, I very rarely play male characters in MMOs just because I don't want to run around in the game looking at some guy's ass the whole time. And I would actually look at a hot chick more than some douchebag guy running around. You know what I mean? I'm not Asmongold. I'm not this idiot who runs around with a bearded guy going, look at my big dick damage. That's not really my, I'm not like that. But I do play male characters if they look cool. But in my experience, the female characters look better in most MMOs. But is that what it is? Oh, I'm glad I don't create male characters because that would be pretty weird, Malithor. Yeah, the male's a little too kind of hunched over. The female's kind of cool looking, and then the male undead are the same. They're kind of hunched over, and I don't really like the dance and stuff they do. And I think the female orcs are pretty cool. Like we'll do a female orc. I like the females. I just think it's cool to see a female character in MMO like kick ass. I just think it's kind of cool. I mean, we know the male characters, like the male barbarian. It's like I said, when I was a kid, I read Conan of Samaria, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I was all into that big tough male guy. But when I grew up, I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Let's play a hot chick. I'd rather look at a hot girl for 20 hours a day than some, guy. With Mal. You don't know any female names to give Mal? I bet you could probably think of something. Mallory. Mallory's a female name. You could create all kinds of just made up ones like Melora, Malinka, Maluva. I don't know. You could come up with different names, Melissa. There you go. Yeah, see, there you go. Exactly. Why would you play Conan when you could play Xena? I just think the idea of a girl kicking ass is, especially when I'm like in Battlegrounds and PvP, because you got all these douchebag guys who, all the sweaty like PvPers that like get all hardcore about it, and I come along with some hot little like girl beat their ass, it burns them. They're ticked off secretly. Some dark, some a bluish looking character. Rock. All right. Oh crap, there's a lot of people over here. Alright, so Meat Cleaver deals blah blah blah. So 1 stack of Deathfire. So this is kind of like our combo point builder. Okay, so let's get rid of auto attack and we'll just make a macro. Meat Cleaver. Meat, a man's gotta eat. And Herald of War. Generate 2 rage every 2 seconds. Increase your arm penetration. What's the cooldown on this? 20-second cooldown. Okay, cool. That's our bloodthirst or whatever. Yeah, I read Red Sonja comic books too. And I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, so I would draw Red Sonja. I'd draw Red Sonja a lot more than I draw Conan. I wonder why. Hey, game. No, not anyone can join the server. Unfortunately, you have to buy access to the alpha. So you have to go to the website. So if you go to you have to go to Ascension, and you have to go to the shop. And you have to buy the bundles, and you need to buy the Conquest of Azeroth Alpha bundle, which costs basically $50. So Alright, so what are we supposed to do? I hardly ever play horror. We need to kill some boars. Alright, we can deal with that. Kill some boars. Or something like that. Oh, that kills my throat every time I do that. Oh, we've got another one of these lovely, massive, ginormous bars, because the bigger the better, right? The bigger the better. Oh my goodness. Could it be any bigger? That's what she said. Oh. 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 Oh my god, could it be any larger? Oh my god. Gakaz, what? You remember there was a elite scorpion right outside Orc Spawn Zone that used to kill people? Dude, I hardly ever play Horde. Yeah. Remember when alpha testers got paid? I don't remember when I never got paid to be an alpha tester, dude. No problem, Game Master. Do I like Warhammer? I never played Warhammer, but I always wanted to. I grew up playing Dungeons & Dragons when I was a kid, so. They stack a debuff, and then the ability hits like a truck and uses the stacks. The Barb gets a one-handed build. The Barbarian does. One thing about the UI, I love how New World doesn't have add-ons. Oh yeah, no, I'm against add-ons myself personally. Honestly, I don't think MMOs really should. I mean, the UI should have everything you need, you know. This thing's annoying. It's so big. You know what? Let's just put it like Work, work. We're just gonna put it right here. We're gonna give my orc girl's gonna have a backpack. Not every orc has a backpack, but mine does. Look at that backpack. Look at that backpack. You open the world the housey, you can get a pet. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Wonder if I can use a ranged weapon. Oh, message what you said. The server's located in France. Sorry about that, yeah, Game Master. It's in France. Somewhere in France. I don't know what these things are, to be honest. I got these faces over here, and I don't seem to have an ability that uses that as a resource. So don't really know. Let's take a look in our books here. Okay, we have these two abilities which are already... None of these abilities are available yet, and none of these are available. So every ability that we can use, we have. Let's see, we got Hunter Trainer, Warrior Trainer. I require Warrior Training, okay. Basically said you're not the right class, so I guess not. Okay. Must see level 60 use that item. You have to forgive me, I don't play Horde a lot, so... So far we have no, like, real... I'm not even a... Yeah. I'm not even a barbarian, I'm a knight. I'm a knight of Zoroth.
Lovely.
I'm a flesh mender, or whatever it's called. I got my backpack, though. I am a orc with a backpack. This thing's like completely worthless. I don't know what it's for, and I don't really like it. Let's put it down here. Yeah, we need vile familiars, cactus, and scorpions. Come on, girl, jump. Ascension. Oh, you're getting new 38? Nice. Nah, I'm running a 20. I'm just running a, what is it, a 2060 Super, I think? In this one? Work, work. Work, work, work. Boy. Taking a while. This character is nowhere near as strong as the Guardian in the beginning, anyways. Because I'm sitting here trying to take down a level 4, and it's like swing, swing, swing. I'm like, wow, he's still alive? My Sun Cleric would annihilate these familiars. She would just destroy them so fast. So I can tell you right off the bat, the Knight of Zoroth is really weak at level what? What level is this? Level 3. You're really weak at level 3. So we'll wait and see what the next ability is. Stalker 2? I'm sorry, I don't even know what Stalker 2 is. I don't even know what Stalker 1 is, let alone Stalker 2. Oh my god, this character is so weak. Uncultured. The only games I play anymore are pretty much MMOs. That's pretty much it. I have a lot of hobbies. Dude, I mean, between playing guitar, drawing, work, trying to spend time with my wife. That doesn't leave a lot of time to play more than maybe one game at a time, usually. I usually focus on one game at a time. And it's usually an MMO. What are these things for, even? Oh, yeah. Dude, I was almost professional level in Unreal Tournament, so... Back in 1999, right? So... I did my FPS days, dude. I used to play literally 8 hours a day every day on Unreal Tournament. And then I just, you know, that... I don't play FPS games anymore because I get too competitive. And so to get good at the games the way I used to be good at them... For FPS, you know, you have to put in the time, man. You got to put in a lot of time on FPS, like, seriously. And I like fast-paced FPS games, you know. And most, like, stuff like Battlefield I can't stand because I grew up playing stuff like Quake and Unreal Tournament 1999, and those are way, way faster paced. Especially in Unreal Tournament, I was playing like, you know, I was playing 150-50, you know, like insta-give. Basically, like one shot, one kill. 150 is 150% game speed and 50 is air control, so super, super fast. And I played low gravity as well, so when you would jump, you would literally fly through the air like, you know, 3 times faster than I'm moving here. Right? It's just very, very fast paced. So if you play a game like Counter-Strike or Battlefield, I mean, you feel like you're walking through mud. I can't even play games like that. It's just too slow. Everything just moves too slowly. It's all about just headshots and teamwork, of course. But yeah, I used to run in Mineral Turn. I used to run the maps backwards. For how we just log into the servers and do all the maps that we were doing our clan matches, and I would just literally run them all backwards. Because I had to flag run. You had to be able to run from their flag point to yours to capture the flag. You had to be able to run backwards so you could shoot people that were following you. I also did a lot of defense too. Alright, I'm sure I'm done with this. I'm just killing to kill at this point. I need scorpions. Message what you said. Back in the days when I used to use the Unreal Engine, the Unreal Level Editor, Unreal Ed 2.0. Man, I used to make levels for Unreal. Oh, the good old times, the good old days. Don't kill my scorpion, you bastard! So far, this class is pretty lackluster, but I mean, I only have one ability, and it's weak, and the cooldown's pretty. It's a 3.35 second cooldown, so that's pretty good. Like, watch. It's like a 3.5 second cooldown on this ability, so that's pretty punishing at low levels. Okay, now we have an ability that's probably going to consume our stacks. So we have all these stacks. We have way too many, by the way. That's a lot of stacks. Seriously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have like 10 stacks. So that's a lot of stacks. And it does some weird fiery effect. I'm going to assume that that probably is a conal attack, so that would be pretty decent AoE, I would imagine. But building up the stacks is it's pretty slow because of the that's a long cooldown. 3.5 seconds cooldown on a combo point generating ability is pretty long. I mean, on rogues it's faster, but you've got the energy bar, so that slows you down. That's probably what they were thinking. We're getting server lag here. Server lag. Oh, I'll drink my drink. Yeah, looks like the server's, I don't know if it's going down or what, but just crashed or find out. Yeah, 3.5 is I think, even 2. I think 2.5 would probably be best. 2 might be a little too fast. Because the reason they have that cooldown in there is to prevent you from dumping, all those stacks. So you could be doing a ton of damage if you could, build up your combo points quickly, but 3.5 seems really slow. Well, it says the server's up. Maybe someone doesn't like me. Maybe someone doesn't like me. What a surprise. Okay, now it's down. So the server did go down. Alright, well, it'll take a few minutes probably for it to come back up. On the free pick server, I've been leveling a tank. Yeah, no CD. If you had no CD, you would just be like annihilating things, Actually, we need to get to Booty Bay on this one. Yeah, it usually takes a little bit for the server to come back after it crashed. I don't know if it crashed or if they just brought it down. I'm not sure. But we'll check back in a few seconds here. See if it came back. Just position my character here to get on the boat. Anything over 40 seconds is kind of boring. Yeah. Alright, we're back. We'll see how much the lower level. So it does hit really hard, so I understand. Oh god, this thing's up here again. Yeah! This thing's so annoying. So even one combo point, and look at that, that was only one combo point. 1 point, what is that skill called? That was only a 1 point flame, and it just like... And it just destroyed, right? Well, of course, just... Oh, jeez. So that's crazy AoE. Like, this looks like crazy AoE. I can't even round mobs up because I'm just killing them too easily. Can you turn off that bit of UI and see the stacks on my portrait? I'm not sure what you're saying. Turn this off? I don't know how you would. I mean, this is just a handle to move it around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to turn it off. I really don't. I don't know if it's one of these like let's see. It might be like the rogue combo point bar if I can find that. I don't know if that's what they want you to do. That's not the kind of game style I probably would enjoy that much. But I'm wondering, let's see if there's like I'm looking for a combo point bar. I don't remember where it's at. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, we did screw up some of the bars because, yeah, we screwed these bars up. There, I screwed up my action bars. Hold on a second. Miscellaneous. Here, action bars. We're moving so slow. Come on, girl, move your butt.
What do you need?
Yeah, with that ability though, that flames is very ridiculously strong. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this UI thing. Play corpse. Consume the target corpse, healing you. That's interesting. Consume the target corpse, healing you. That is a... I don't know. Play corpse. Let's try this. And then we can loot it? Okay. Strange. Playing the corpse turns it into a meat pile, it's like you said. Yeah, I remember you were talking about it. This is the Knight of Zoroth. This is not real WoW. This is Conquest of Azeroth, the Ascension new game mode that they have. It's based off, of course, World of Warcraft client. All right. So what is Flay Corpse? I don't really understand what Flay Corpse really does. It says you consume the corpse, healing you for 2% of your maximum health. Once the corpse has been flayed, it cannot be flayed again. Not usable, so it's more... It generates rage. Very strange. Not sure what keybind I want to use for Flay Corpse. I guess we'll keep it where it is for now, I guess. Is that a night elf over here? Interesting for a night elf to be all the way over here. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's a heal, but is that all? It seems kind of like a... I don't know. Am I going to the right area? I don't know Horde Quest that well. Is this actually the right place I should be at? I'm gonna guess that it is, but Fellstalker Hoof? I have no idea. Oh yeah, the strafing. It certainly hits hard. I guess he's want to get these fells sucker hooves. All right.
Lovely.
Gotta jump. Yeah, that's fine. We'll jump up after we kill this guy. I thought that was a bad dude, bad guy. Let's bring that guy from up below, from down below.
Relax. Later. Who you be? What you want?
What you want? Essence. Ah, screen's freaking out. I need a vendor. Is there a vendor around here somewhere? Alright.
What are you looking
Quit burning my footsies. Held in the offhand. Okay, yeah, we'll do that just for some fun. Oh, we got a Titan scroll. Allows the shaman to see elemental spirits. Okay.
for? Go forth to victory.
Yeah, I do not know the Horde quest, guys. I apologize. I don't play Horde a whole lot. Nah, screw this shit. I ain't doing these stupid quests over here. Come on, clicking the button. Nope. Hope those aren't class quests. I don't think so. Well, the this ability is way overpowered for sure. I mean, Flames of Zoroth hits incredibly hard, so you know we can certainly see that at least from that point of view, that you know that this it's not really AOE, but it's the damage is at the large. It feels like basically like a demon hunter in Retail WoW, where they do that breath attack. So everybody in that line of that breath attack is going to take a serious amount of damage. So it's very strong. If you can line up a bunch of enemies in a line, you can definitely blow them down with that ability. Didn't feel like when I was turning the camera that it was, you know, you were losing a lot of the damage, you know. Also similar to like in the Outland, those one Shiva-looking characters that do their flame attack, that if you're standing in it the whole time, it's going to be a lot, but if you just move out of it, it's not too bad. It feels kind of like that.
Strength.
Yeah, the Mistress of Pain. Yeah, exactly. So like if I kind of do this, you know, you saw it's not really doing that much damage, right? But if I just stood like right in front of this mob and dump my flames, it would just do a very high amount of damage. So it's very fast. I'm gonna guess it's a very fast take. We'll have to look at the combat. We'll have to look at the combat log to double check. So if I go here.
Lovely.
And actually, it was only one. Let's see. Message what you say. So it looks like, because I only had the one stack, that the Deathfire didn't do that much. Let's try. We got 3 stacks now, so. It did 48 damage there. And here I can't even tell how much damage it did. Here. Yeah. Ugh, it's hard to tell. Although I'm surprised that with 3 of them, that it didn't take this boar down. That with 3 stacks of this resource. Let's try doing. Let's go up to 5 stacks. Four stacks. 5 stacks.
Lovely.
You can see the damage came off in one big chunk, so it's not a ticking damage. It's like an instant damage. It's like a flame blast. It's just the animation lasts for a long time, but it looks to me like it's more like a flame blast. Like, watch if I go. You know, he's already taken the damage, right? The damage is done immediately. The rest of it's just fluff for animation. It doesn't really do anything. It's just there to look good, to look pretty. So you can do that and run, and you've already done all your damage.
Lovely.
At least that's the way it looks. Yeah, see here. It hit it for 44 fire. I believe. I don't know. This I could tell this class probably is going to be pretty strong, I would imagine. But I mean, the combo point generation is very slow, and it's probably not going to be the kind of class I would enjoy the most. But you know, again, the way they have this alpha setup, it takes so long. I mean, you got to level up. It takes like hours. You know, you got to spend like 4 or 5 hours on one character just to get them up high enough to where you feel like you've got some abilities learned to get a good feel for the class. I really liked the sun cleric. All right, so let's get him. Oh, come on. Oh, that worked. Let us in. Let us in. Let us in. No! Parkour. Okay, fine, don't let us in. Do it the stupid hard way.
Blood and thunder. Dabu.
Dub.
Speak, friend. For the Horde. May your blades never dull. What can I help you with?
Oh. Looks like we might be able to use bows.
Strength.
Just gotta find arrows. Clicked it automatically. So, I don't know. I mean, so far it's we just have a few skills, so it's interesting class, but I'll need to spend probably another couple hours to get somewhere with this one. But I'm getting sleepy. What time is it? It is 1 a.m. my time. But I want to show you guys the difference. That was the Knight of Zoroth. Now he's level 6, right? Now check out this level 7 Sun Cleric. And some good rain going on over here. Love it. Alright, so I'm a level 7 cleric. Now watch the damage this character can put out. I'm going up against a level 9 prowler. So she puts out pretty good damage. She gets these stacks that increase your damage and healing, which is really cool. I mean, the abilities all seem to synergize really nicely. She's got this crazy, glow effect. Oh, and I even forgot about the instant cast ability that I had just used there, which puts a debuff on the target. So you can see, I mean, that's pretty good damage for what is really supposed to be kind of like a healer or a support class. We've got Dawnseer here. I'm going to throw the Dawnseer up for a debuff. It only lasts for a few seconds, but it does some damage. We got this ability here, Purge, which throws like... It looks like a holy hammer, kind of like a paladin class. Watch when I use this ability. It'll look like I'm throwing a hammer. See, the hammer spins up. The spell, and then I procced the Daybreak, which my next spell cast is... When you proc that, your next spell is instant cast. There, I did it again. See, I just did it again. So this class, I mean, the animations are good. The particle effects, the spell effects are really good. Especially Daybreak. That pillar of light comes down and hits you, and then your next spell cast is instant. I love this class. I think out of all the classes I've played, this one just feels the most finished. It's like these abilities all work together really well. It's like I've got a heal, I've got a spell, I've got an in-close one, I've got I got a proc that procs an instant cast. Casting Sunflare over and over again builds up my solar power, which makes me do more damage, makes me do more healing. I've got this dot that I can put on people, and it's also, I can do it at range. See, I can dot him, and it's going to do 5 to 6 holy damage every second. I'm in close for my little in-close melee attack. They call it like a... They say it's... And I talked about it earlier, but the tooltip says that it's 100% weapon damage, but it's like you don't... It's really not 100% weapon damage. What it is it's... Because you can unequip your weapon, and you can still use it. Basically what it is it's a flat amount of damage that Purge does, but if you have a weapon equipped, it'll add an additional amount of damage to the spell that scales. So, like with this particular weapon, does 30 damage on the top end. Maybe it'll add 15 damage to my ability. But if I put in like another weapon that was only 15 damage on the top end, maybe it only adds 7 damage, or maybe 15 damage. I don't know. Depends. It says it's 100%. So, I mean, it's 100% of this at the top end would be 30 damage, right? So if I take my weapon off, let's see how much damage it does. Let's see how much damage it does, right? And I'm talking about this ability here, Purge. Run up to this bear, we purge, and we did 4 damage. That's it, 4. And now I put let's do one more without the weapon, because 4 was really low. Same mob type. Again, 8 damage, but it was a crit, right? It was a crit. Now this time I equipped my 2-hand weapon, and it was 19 damage, and it wasn't a crit. So the spell itself does damage, but the weapons you equip scale damage, added damage to that. It scales up based on the weapon. So it's kind of unusual. So even though it says that you slam your target with your weapon, it's interesting. It says you slam your target with your weapon, deal 100% weapon damage, and it burns all enemies in a small cone with holy flame. So I guess the tooltip's actually pretty good. It's basically saying your weapon's doing damage, plus you're applying, holy flame damage as well. So, and that generates rage. And if I cast illumination, that utilizes mana. So this is another one of those classes that uses rage and mana. And once you get 5 stacks here, once you get 5 stacks of solar power, that's when you can start tossing out Dawnseer. Now the solar power works really interesting because it basically it has a timer. Like it's 2 minutes. So once you get the solar power, it's on a 2-minute timer. After 2 minutes, no matter how many stacks you have, it'll drop off. Alright, so it's going to keep counting down until it gets to 0, and it'll disappear. And we got our daybreak proc, so the next... That gave us... I love this beautiful daybreak animation. It's awesome. That particle animation, that's really good. Looks really nice. Got 28 seconds, and then it'll fall off. Another daybreak proc. Instant cast. And again, this class does good damage. I mean, you can see right here, this class easily, I think this class will easily out DPS the Knight of Zoroth at this level. At this level, this class should easily out damage, I think, the Knight of Zoroth. Especially if you get a couple of those instant cast procs. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it a night, I think, for doing the Conquest. It's really cool. I love the Sun Cleric. I think it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite classes so far. It's between the Sun Cleric and the Guardian. But the Sun Cleric just looks good. The spells look nice, you know. But I'm gonna call it quits for this stream. I'm pretty tired, and maybe watch a movie or something. But I'll catch you guys later. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow because I'm going out with. I got to go to a kind of a cookout, and then I may do some do some running out into the woods, do some hiking. So I may be doing hiking tomorrow and a cookout, and then Labor Day, I'm not sure. I'll probably stream on Labor Day. I'll catch you guys there. Everybody has a good night. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by.